To do about the restrooms.
It's free entitlements. All right,
no.
I'm glad I'm your friend. Mi amigo.
1600 Pennsylvania.
Amen.
This is nuts.
Up to there, amen.
So Juan, what is wrong with Lou's solution? Securing the border and then figuring out a humane policy.
Once again, with regard to securing the borders, we need to work with Mexico. We're never going to have a secure border. We're not going to put a wall for these hundreds and hundreds, thousands of miles. We have to work with our neighbors. We need to think now for the future. Canada, the United States, and
Juan,
Mexico
let me ask you this.
as a bloc, a secure bloc, and by the way, an economic bloc, not one nation.
You're the one
Three
pointing out that we couldn't even secure through two ports of entry, one on the Canadian border, one on the Mexican border. Through ports of entry, we could not even stop the passage of radioactive material. And now we're going to extend the crosshairs. We have the bullseye on our back. Not Canada, not Mexico, and we can't even secure our borders. And you're suggesting we extend it
totally
to Mexico and Canada?
The terrorists have won, Lou. If we become a different type of a nation that doesn't open its borders to immigrants, we will lose what makes this nation wonderful.
Illegal or otherwise, got to do with border security? That is utter nonsense.
No, Lou. Most U.S. Americans love the way this nation has been for centuries, a welcoming,
this country hasn't been
that solves problems, by the way.
You want this country to be what it was 100 years ago, 50 years ago? You want us to understand what we're doing.
Juan, can any country in the world tolerate, whether it's 300,000 or 3 million undocumented people crossing over a border? Can any country
definitely
sustain that and
tolerate that? On the contrary, it is enriching our nation. We are building this nation with the immigrants. We are giving health services, education. This is the nation that has millions of people, 12 million, that are working in the dark. We need to bring them out and not criminalize them, but on the contrary, dignify them.
And the former advisor to Mexico's President Vicente Fox, Juan Hernandez. Juan, let's start with you. Today's big question. So, it sounds like illegal aliens are costing Americans too much. What do you say?
Well, are they costing? Of course they cost. Every good thing costs in this world. But we wouldn't have the level of economic life that we have in this country if we did not have the undocumented. Our health.
Thank you very much for coming.
That way, my friend.
Best of luck to you.
The question is, why was he even considering signing it? Here to help us answer that question, Juan Hernandez. He's a former advisor to President Fox. He's also the author of the book, The New American Pioneers, Why Are We Afraid of Mexican Immigrants? He joins us tonight from Fort Worth, Texas. Juan Hernandez, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Tucker. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you. It looks pretty clear that the United States government pressured the Mexican President Vicente Fox into not signing this legislation, but he clearly was considering signing it. Why?
Well, to start with, we've got a democracy now in Mexico, which is really great after 71 years.
Congratulations
and by the way, a country that has been complaining to the United States for decades, saying, do something about your drug appetite in the United States is causing problems in Mexico.
Stop us before we sell you more drugs. Is that
we can share among the growers, the distributors, and then in
and let's bring it right now. MSNBC political analyst Pat Buchanan, investigative reporter Sarah Carter, and Juan Hernandez. He's former advisor to Mexican President Vicente Fox. Got to admit, your plan that so many believe is amnesty, and the President's plan, and John McCain's plan, and the Senate's plan is dead on arrival. They're not going to touch it on Capitol Hill now, are they?
No, haven't you seen the polls? George Bush is now going up 9 points. He's doing the right thing on the contrary.
It's because of gay marriage.
This is helping him a lot to have been at the border. No. Let me tell you why I'm in North Carolina today. I know you'll be interested. Today I had a meeting with people from the Federal Reserve, from the World Bank, from the National Association of Credit Unions, from the $1 billion in buying power. They see this as
you say $12 million.
And I think George Bush does too.
You say $12 million, Juan. The White House itself is $1 billion. 12 million people. I mean,
what is actually happening? But unfortunately, he's not responding.
Joe, when the President of the United States
says that Sarah says that the immigrants count. I don't know what country Pat Buchanan lives in. Have you looked out your window? Have you gone to a construction site recently? Have you seen who's taking care of our elderly? And by the way, Pat, do you know who is putting some money into your retirement fund? Well, you should be embracing the immigrants and saying thank you and marching with the rest of us.
I can give you all the numbers, Juan. There's not a single, many of them,
thank you,
they're not Americans. They're in our home. They don't belong here. We ought to be polite about it and go back where they came
I don't favor illegal immigration. I say that those who are already here are already good people. They're helping our economy. They're giving us, they're pressing Pat's shirts. They're giving us wonderful strawberries, wonderful vegetables at a good price. Right. They're good people. We should legalize them.
Ron, you're a nice man, Ron, but there has not been a single poll.
Diciéndoles, miren el mercado, necesitan ustedes gente que habla español, necesitan ustedes poder dar servicios de envío de dinero, nuestra gente necesita comprar autos, no se vale que las estén robando en todas las tienditas y en los lugares donde venden los autos. Entonces tenemos compañías como Centrix, como las uniones de crédito, y aquí está del paso.